Welcome to a spirit animal message. And if tonight's your birthday, I'd like to start off by saying happy birthday. And I have this penny right here, right? You guys can see it. And it's facing heads up. And it was on my table prior to me pulling the short for this, which I had already uploaded on my page. And I thought to myself, something I do sometimes is when I see a penny heads up, I pick it up and I say, penny facing heads up, I pick it up, and all day long I have good luck. And so there, I picked it up, heads up, all day long I have good luck. And then as I was pulling cards, what came out was good luck. And that was just, the harmony of the situation. And that is my cat, who may be a part of the message. Her name is China, and she's a calico. Let me go grab her real quick. So this is my cat before we go into the message all the way. Ooh, her name is China. Okay. And she is 15. And I actually have her insulin right here. So I'm going to give her her insulin since it's late and I almost forgot. And I figured she gets this twice a day. And this is insulin we get from the pharmacy. And I have a question, for the audience, and maybe you can put it down in the comments. When this says, it says 100 units ml, units for single patient use. Does that mean there should be 100 units in there? Or is there more than that? Or is that the accurate amount that's supposed to be in there? I was just curious if that's how you read it, or if there's another way, because it's like how much is actually in there when you get it. I was just curious if that's what that means. So let me put this away. So, for those of you that may resonate to cat as one of your spirit animals, I think of how, people can be a spirit animal, not just animals themselves. it's just a term that we kind of use in society, is that spirit animal. So we have horse, freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. So I feel like with this, there's some sort, and this is what I was thinking of when I was looking at this, is that there is some sort of planetary alignment possibly, or just some sort of alignment within your energy, like your vibration itself, or you could be leveling up within your ambitions, within your liberation. You're really going, you're getting the energy you need to move forward. Maybe you've had a chance to rest and recuperate in some way, and it's like all of that energy that has been building is being released in these beautiful ways. And then we have good luck that is surrounding you. Ladybug, you are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. And I think about when I see a ladybug, you know, sometimes I think about a person, or I'm always like, yeah, that's a sign that somebody, that spirit on the other side is sending me this message that, you know, positive energy is in the air. And then we have hawk, messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. So this is also a symbolism of your third eye. So you could be getting intuitive insights about something that you're putting work in already, or the momentum is surrounding it. You somehow know something good is coming in, something you've been putting the work in at. You're very close to achieving your goal. So you're very close to achieving your goal. One second. And Chihuahua is actually a spirit animal. They were actually at one time sacrificed when somebody passed away to be a guide for those that passed away. And we don't do that, but maybe they announce when, you know, we've lost someone perhaps, and that person is, you know, speaking out to say, I'm here, and, you know, I am letting you know that I'm still sending you love, basically. And cat can symbolize independence, and I see this horse, freedom, liberation, and cat can be this independence. And yeah, I was just looking it up. Independence, intuition, mystery. So the cat coming into the image right at the start of it, which has not happened, and I just thought I'd just go with the energy that was moving. Let's pull some tarot and see what comes through. So you're starting out as this Queen of Pentacles, right? Which is this generosity, dependability, able to be generous with resources. Or maybe this is just like all the work that you've already cultivated. This is you coming through nurturing and dependability, as well as strong connection to the nature around you. You're very receptive and you're pouring out love in some way. I feel like you see all these spirit animals around her. The fox for cunning. This bird, is it this bird? I believe it's this bird. I can't remember the name of it, but I believe it symbolizes abundance and prosperity. And then you have butterflies symbolizing transformation. You have them all around her head, and then her crown is growing these, it almost looks like roots growing out of her head into the sky. So very connected to into all forms of life. And I think about how I was thinking of quantum leaping too. So you could resonate to that, quantum leaping. What's crossing you is this 9 of Wands. Standing ready. Persistence and self-reliance. So I feel like you've been through so much that you got to that space of, if I get up one more time, I'm just gonna get up and I'm just gonna keep getting up for me and do my best. And I feel like it was like a weird awakening that gave you what you needed to be yourself. Maybe you fought back for yourself in this way, where it's led to you releasing yourself in some way. Your destiny, or your destiny moving with this energy. You have the Ace of Swords. So you see this eagle here too. So there's this mastery that you're working on, that it's part of your destiny to achieve with how you wield your sword of communication, because this is the ace. So you could be using that your destiny is to use your voice in a lot of different ways, where it's like it'll start as this one, and then through practice you're capable of achieving mastery and on so many levels using your voice. And this is something that you would like part of your life. This is something that you feel driven for. This is something that you feel in alignment to do, right? Because you feel like you have something to say, and it's leading to forms of mastery as in regards to how you wield your voice. And then in the distant past, something to going to help me with the distant past energy that you've been dealing with. I've been dealing with either one. In the distant past, you started feeling more at home. And this could be just within yourself, or this is the Ten of Pentacles. So feeling very whole and complete. Feeling loved, feeling like you're giving love. This is a beautiful energy that you have been in recently. It's like pure happiness. The Ten of Cups, pure fulfillment. So maybe that's what it is. And this could be just because of the work that you're putting in. It doesn't matter if your environment isn't like perfectly harmonious. If it is beautiful, because this is a card of this heightened version of happiness and fulfillment. However, I think of the human body as our home, and then we have the home that we're living in, and then we have where our home is standing, which is on the earth, and then we have our earth that's inside this galaxy, and then, you know, that's home to all these planets, and then we have the universe that's home to all these galaxies and all this different, you know, it's just, you have home within home within home within home, right? So there is this whole and complete happiness and fulfillment within your energy. So you're feeling very fulfilled. You had been really putting in, that's how the energy felt. Like, this is what you resonate at. This is the channel that you are tuned into. Fulfillment. And the distant past, or the recent past. Sorry, I didn't identify with what I was doing next, so I just didn't take that card. That's why. Excuse me, I mean. So, in the recent past, there may have been some form of walking away. I feel like this is you walking away from something that you felt you had gotten it's almost like your higher self. You had a spiritual, you were going through a spiritual awakening, and your higher self and you are working so closely together through your spiritual awakening, and it led to walking away from energies that are not for you, and it wasn't a pleasant situation, but it was necessary. So this we're going into next is your future influence. So what's the future influence? Temperance. So temperance is, there's this element of divine timing. So moving into the future, you have And I think back to that good luck, right? Where that could be something to do with this divine timing. So moving into the future, there's harmony surrounding a situation. See how she looks like she's going through a portal. And there's this magic dancing in between these two cups over her head as she flies elegantly and gracefully through this portal. And I was saying at the beginning of this, there is this quantum leap energy for those of you that resonate to that. And I feel like we are this portal, and we can, through our choices, level up to versions of ourselves that are just potential in the quantum field. And the work that you're putting in is releasing a lot of potential within you that had been just sitting there in your quantum field. Maybe getting those baby steps when you could, and then now suddenly the energy is shifting in your favor. A perspective for you is this Eight of Wands energy. So you have this momentum moving forward. Movement, quick action. So you're making quick action steps. It's like you're not giving yourself a chance to talk yourself out of things. It's almost there's maybe an element of spontaneousness. However, it's not, because you're in alignment with your higher self. I think about how you're in the present moment, but you're more able to move quickly. And I think back to when we had the horse. See, we have the horse, and then we have this Eight of Wands, which is this quick action, quick energy. It's like each step you take, you just level up, level up, level up. And there's some sort of energy fueling you right now. I would really check your, chart if you'd like to really dive deep into that for yourself. So, however, you're putting the work in some fashion that has led to this deeper connection within yourself. Your environment. There may have been a lot of fighting around you recently, as far as externally, your environment, disagreements or competition. This could be also competition, but this is like a rivalry. Let's see if we can get, how is this energy moving forward? There's this element where you see this woman blindfolded by this just like almost see-through thing, so she can still see through it. She's got two swords upright, so it's almost like she's saying, this one's not talking, this one's not talking. There's two, so it's almost the symbolism, even though there's only one of her and there's two swords, there could be two people involved in the situation, and this is like you, and there's this like veil over her eyes, So within this situation, there is things to reveal surrounding this situation. You're doing your best to see clearly by going within, and what your focus, you're filling your own cup right now is what I feel right now. You're putting, like, this is more of what your insides are embodying, which is this whole cup, whole and complete, all on its own. You see the fish swimming around the cup, like this air around it is just filled with this divine flow. So you're in divine flow. There is this uncertainty as to how this is going to progress, this situation. But however, the energy is good on your end because of this being who you are. Inner emotions. And I was saying earlier about the planets, and then here we have the sun. One of my favorite cards in this deck, because I love the sun symbolism in this deck. And if you resonate to the sun god Ra, this is such a beautiful depiction of that, I feel. So this is your emotions. This is happiness. So you're feeling happy. You're feeling that inner joy, bliss. You're creating fulfillment in your life. You're being the gift of the present moment. Perhaps the sun god Ra is energy that you connect with in some way through your spiritual practice. Maybe you talk to the sun. I think about how we always we're always in that happy space when we're feeling warm and safe and protected and in harmony with the universe. And that's how you feel. You feel in harmony with the universe. You feel I feel like you're enlightened. I feel like you've reached a level of spiritual enlightenment that's now giving you this space to just level up in various ways. Perhaps I feel like that energy where we had the Nine of Wands, where you went down and you got back up, already ready when you were about to get back up, but there's this energy of your higher self, almost on a level it's like you and your higher self are one. And then we have the energy moving forward, and that is this Emperor energy. Inspired action, personal power. So I think of how moving forward, the final results moving forward, you're standing in your personal power. You're standing in the strength within your personal power. You're tapped into, you're moving into the future. You're going to further tap into your masculine energy, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a man. You could be a woman who is one day at a time, tapping in and strengthening the masculinity within her. Because as a man, I feel like to understand your feminine energy is important, and same for a woman. I feel it's important to have a balance within your masculinity also, given that this is a world of more equality. That's what we would want in our lives. So we would want that energy where, you know, the women and the men had more of that balance of the masculine and feminine energy within themselves. You're giving yourself the permission to be the authority moving forward. So let's do we'll do one more spirit animal card. So hare, rabbit, and this could be multiplying quickly too. And I think about how the rabbit means multiplying quickly. So I feel like the energy that you're putting in, it's like the energy is multiplying quickly. Discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. So discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. I feel like you used your discernment. You've reached this level to be able to make those conscious decisions for yourself. And I feel like how when we're being ourselves in this way, it is the magic of love. We are pouring love into this energy of fulfillment within ourselves. And with this unapologetic energy, and it's creating, I think about how when you can't, you can't spray love like a perfume. You can't spray perfume without getting a little on yourself. So it's like you can't be love without getting the love on yourself. And I feel like that is giving you this leveling up, multiplying quickly energy of not only sending out love, but receiving love. So there's this love energy exchange flow state happening around you that is assisting within this leveling up within your energy being and within your life. And then we'll do one card from the 42 Ideals of Ma'at in Daily Life. This is Living with a Feathered Heart. This one. I create harmony. And I love how in this image there is these spheres almost symbolizing the planets. We have the moon. a little bit of selenite. Just clear the energy of anything negative. Leave only the positive energy. The harmony, leave only the harmony. I create harmony. I create harmony. 25, so 7. And another thing I was seeing before I came into this was 777. So 777 could be significant. I think I was already on the page. Okay. I actually opened up right to it, even before finding it within the information in the front of the book. So, 25, I create harmony, which you add 2 and 5 and you get 7. And that was just something that I was thinking, or I had seen before coming into the message, was 777. The Greek philosopher Pythagoras believed in the musica universalis, or the music of the spheres, in which celestial bodies move according to mathematical equations, which produces a form of resonance or musica. If you search for the laws of harmony, you will find knowledge. Egyptian proverb. So every sphere was believed to relate to a number, every number to a sound, and with their interplay, a cosmic symphony harmoniously traveling through space becomes a luminous metaphor which can be understood and applied in relationship to I create harmony. The Hermetic principle of correspondence from the Kabbalion further elucidates this ideal as a way of understanding how correspondence works its way through the various planes of the mental, spiritual, and material universe and the realms of the metallic, mineral, vegetable, and animal life forces. Harmony can be found or created when we actively seek the relationship between realms of consciousness, matter, and mind by looking for the sustenance within each substance. It is the music of the matrix, if you will, in seeking to understand embodied cosmic consonance. There are several alchemical keys to keep in mind. Planets, organs, minerals, days of the week, and archetypes each have a relationship and embodied harmony of their own. The sun relates to the center, the heart center, gold, Sunday, and infinite awareness of truth's light. And we saw the sun in this reading. So that relates to that heart center, the gold, I think of the Midas touch. The moon relates to the brain, silver, Monday, and a keen perception of the layers of reality. Mercury relates to the lungs, Mercury, Wednesday, and authentic expression. Venus relates to the kidneys, copper, Friday, and the power of understanding and applied empathy. Mars relates to the gallbladder, iron, Tuesday, and will manifesting into your action. Jupiter relates to the liver, tin, Thursday, and the capacity of creation and infinite imagination. Saturn relates to the spleen, lead, Saturn, Saturday, and is a reminder that anchored wisdom is knowledge quietly embodied, not loudly articulated. As we move through each day, archetypal alchemical awareness can be the sheet music from which our life's lyric emerges. The melody of the mind made manifest in the awareness of offers the opportunity to relate more deeply to time and all that exists within the spaces of the terrestrial and beyond. With these keys, new doors open and the creative will is empowered through activation and resonance. The universal music you transmit can be experienced by all. Harmony found in your very own choir of conscious cognizance. And I love how this ends, because in the beginning, I was sensing this had this image for some reason. Each one of these, it like something, there was this knowing, and I thought of the planets. And then we're ending with this card that comes from the 42 Ideals of Ma'at in Daily Life, which also represents the planets and the way that they bring the energy towards us. There's this harmony within the energy between you and the planets right now, and there's good luck surrounding your path in this present moment. I pray you live in peace and continue to fulfill your life and be that gift of the present moment through being yourself. And thank you for coming to this channel and watching. If you liked it, please feel free to like and subscribe and help my channel keep building through every single person that subscribes. I'm letting you know that you're truly, truly appreciated, and you're a gift to my life by doing that. So thank you very much, and have a beautiful life.